right, sixth graders. So for today's assignment, you're actually going to be working off of the same kind of thought process that we had when we did the 3D letters or the 3D hands. So I'm just going to put this here just to remind you that we're going to work with curved lines and also shading. Oops, and I misspelled that, so I'm going to go ahead and erase it. Alrighty, so curved lines and shading. Now you're going to be able to shade a little bit better with your pencil or color pencil, whatever you're using, than I'm going to be able to on here, but I will do the best that I can. So first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper. I'm using this tablet as my piece of paper right now. On your paper, if this is the shape of your paper, I would hold it horizontally. Okay, so this is your paper right here. Then from one side to the other, you can make a line. It can be a straight line or kind of a curvy line. The only thing you don't want to do is make it a line that's too curvy like this, because then it's going to get really confusing. So a straight line or a curvy line, your choice. Okay. Next thing after that is we're going to make some curvy lines going the opposite way, so going vertically. So I'm going to start on this side and make almost like a really kind of long, kind of S-looking type shape. The next one I'm going to do after that is going to be the opposite. So I'm going to take this and go out the opposite way and then come in so it's real close like that. So what you're not going to do is make it repeat the same shape like this. We want to make it the opposite. So I'm going to redo that for you. And then the next thing you're going to do is the same thing right next to it. You're going to do the opposite. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit just so you can see what this looks like when it's finished. So wherever it kind of comes out like this, you want to have the other side come out at the same time. When it comes in, you want it to come in. And you can go all the way to the other edge of the paper. Okay, so that's step 2. So the next thing we're going to do is make some curved lines, just like we did with the 3D hands. The curved lines inside the hand part, we're going to do it inside these. So above this center line right here, because it's above, I'm going to curve above. So I'm going to curve this above, just like that. And what I'm going to show you on this is that the last line right here connects to the other one. So if I show you on this side, we don't want to have space between those lines. So there's space in between these lines right there, so we don't want to have that. And I'm going to go to this one and I'll do the same thing. So these might get a little bit close together, totally okay. So you want to have, again, you want to have it attached to the other space, to the other line. So once you get a bunch of those done, and I'll kind of, like I said before, I'll speed it up for you. So once you get a bunch of these done, then you can start on the bottom. You can actually go all the way to the edge of the paper as well. Sometimes they're going to get really small, sometimes they're going to get really wide. So once you have the tops done, then work towards the bottom. So underneath here, now I'm going to make a U shape because I'm under it. I'm going to make a U shape like this. So it goes below. Okay. And again, I'm attaching it to the previous line. If you get to this point right here and you can't really attach it because it's going to go outside of the line like that, then you can actually just stop it here and then continue one right here. So I'm going to speed it up for you, get this going. So this is a fun 3D kind of lines, optical illusion type project. Some people call it the tornado. So you can already start to see that it looks like it's kind of twisting and turning a little bit as some of these areas get a little bit smaller and as some of these areas get a little bit wider. Okay, while you're watching me do this, I have a new joke for you because a lot of people said that they wanted jokes. So why do we never tell jokes about pizza? Why do we never tell jokes about pizza? Because they're too cheesy. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. All right. So I'm getting a little sloppy here because I'm rushing. So basically, you're going to do this all the way throughout the whole thing. Okay. Once you have that done, then you're actually going to do some shading. So you can use a pencil, or you can use a color pencil for this. I'm going to zoom in to show you what that is going to look like. Make sure I'm good to go here. All right. And I think that's pretty good. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. All right, so I'm going to pick a different color so you can see it really well. Hopefully you'll be able to. Do purple. Okay, so on the outside edges, this is one shape right here. On the outside edges, right here, you're going to shade, and it's going to get lighter as you move towards the middle. So remember, when you shade, it's all about pencil pressure, how hard you're actually pushing down on the pencil. So you'll notice that even though I'm working digitally, I'm going back over the edges so it gets darker. And then just for this, you can do the same thing if you want. Just for this, I'm going to skip one and then go to the next line so there's a little bit of contrast between what I'm coloring and what I'm leaving blank. So contrast meaning being able to see the difference between one or more things. All right, so let's pan out a little bit and see what that looks like. So you're going to start to get a really cool effect with it being dark on the edges and getting lighter on both sides as it moves towards the middle. So this is going to give it kind of a three-dimensional look. You can pick more than one color if you would like. If you're working with color pencils, or if you have an app where you can draw like this on the computer or your tablet, please feel free to do that as well. That's totally fine as long as you're able to get that shading part, because that's an important part of this project. So you can do a different color if you'd like and continue with that. Again, I'm kind of rushing a little bit, so it's a little messy. So when you do yours, I don't want you to rush, okay? You have all day to do this. And take this opportunity to kind of relax and have fun working on some artwork. So then you can see that it starts to make it 3D looking. All right. So on this assignment, I've included some pictures, some examples that you can look at. And if you have any questions, reach out and ask me some questions. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Bye.